These are the best training splits for grapplers. If you don't know me, my name's Kieren Lefebvre. I've helped thousands of grapplers all around the world get strong and reduce their risk of injury on the mats. In this video, I'm going to take you through systematically my best training splits for grappling. A training split is how you group together exercises in a workout plan. One common split is the bro split. This is where each workout focuses on a different body part, like bodybuilders do. For example, it could be day 1, chest, day 2, back, day 3, shoulders, day 4, legs, and finally day 5, arms. Another way to train is by doing full body workouts. This is when you train all of the muscle groups in every session. There are many ways to group exercises together and formulate different splits, and new ones are coming up all the time. I've worked with thousands of grapplers to get strong and reduce their risk of injury on the mats, so I've learned a thing or two about training splits. So what's the best training split for grapplers? First, we'll take a look at the science, and then I'll give you my top 3 training splits to fit your schedule. And if you want to get your hands on a completely free 12-week full body training program designed for grapplers, click the link in the description. A 2024 meta-analysis looked at the differences between full body and body part splits. They analyzed 14 of the best studies from over 3,000 articles. The results? There's no difference in strength or muscle gain between full body and body part training splits if the training volume is the same. This research wasn't done on grapplers, so it might not be as relevant for us. The majority of the studies looked at untrained men, not athletes in combat sports. So based on the research, if the training volume is the same, full body workouts are just as good as body part splits. But let's talk about what works best for grapplers. Grapplers are athletes, not bodybuilders or powerlifters. Our main goal is to improve performance for grappling and to avoid injury. With 2 to 3 or more BJJ sessions per week, lifting more than 3 or 4 times in a week is hard to maintain without hurting your grappling performance. This is why body part splits aren't great for grappling. You'll be training too often or too frequently, which could interfere with your time on the mats. Grapplers should be lifting 2 to 3 times per week. Now let's look at 3 fantastic training splits that fit the 2 to 3 per week schedule. 1, full body training. 2, push, pull, legs. And 3, upper, lower splits. Full body workouts are the best training split for grapplers. You work all your muscle groups in each session. It's flexible, it helps you to avoid fatigue, and it lets you recover between your grappling sessions and your lifting sessions. When you go from 5 workouts a week down to 2 to 3, bro splits or body part splits don't work well because you end up skipping entire muscle groups each and every week. With full body training, you don't need a set number of days to train each muscle group. It also makes it easier for you to have a change in your schedule. Grapplers often miss out on a workout because they're too busy or they're too fatigued from BJJ. If, for example, you keep skipping leg day, which, let's be honest, that's the day you're going to skip, it will end up leading to long-term muscular development issues. But with a full body training schedule, you work all of your muscle groups every session. So no more skipping leg day. And that means that if you have to skip a session, it's not going to be detrimental to one specific muscle group. Full body training also has the added benefit of spreading the fatigue out between your muscle groups, not focusing solely on one muscle group or one muscle type. It makes you less likely to have a bad case of delayed onset muscle soreness, or DOMS, particularly when we're looking at having DOMS on the mats. It's not a fun time. The PPL training split has become popular recently. It's practical, fairly versatile, and it's pretty fun split to follow. In this split, you train based on movement patterns rather than on muscle groups. For example, you split your days between the push, pull, and legs categories, with push being horizontal and vertical push, pull being horizontal and vertical pull, and legs being squat, lunge, and hinge movements. This split helps you build strength for movements that matter in grappling, like guard passing, takedowns, and escapes. Also perfect for that 3 per week training schedule. PPL does have a problem though, and that is it's not super flexible. If you skip out on a day, it's always going to be leg day, so it often turns into a push-pull program rather than push-pull legs. Also, when you finally get that leg workout in, your legs might be too sore during your jiu-jitsu, making guard play and stand-up rounds pretty tough. If you can only train twice per week, PPL is not the training split for you. The last split I recommend is the upper lower split. This method splits your body into two, with the upper body and the lower body. It's great for building strength and power without overworking one singular muscle group. You can either train upper on one day and lower on the next, or you can smash them together and mix them in the same session. A good way to do this for grapplers is the condensed conjugate method, which is popularized by Phil DeRue. It's a strength and power-based program. For example, day 1 will be upper body max effort followed by lower body dynamic effort. Day 2 is lower body max effort with upper body dynamic effort. The upper lower split isn't an easy one to use if you want to train 3 times per week, especially if you're splitting upper body on one day and lower body on the next. And some might even say that the second version of upper body, lower body, where you're smashing them together into the one session, that this is just a full body training split. And you'd be right. The best training split for grapplers comes down to practicality and personal preference. The research shows that there's no real difference between full body and body part splits so long as the training volume is equal. While these studies were not specific to grapplers, in my experience, the full body training program works best. It's flexible, it helps with recovery, and it fits well into that 2 to 3 day per week training schedule. In the end, it's all about what works best for you and which training program you prefer to follow. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and leave me a fist bump in the comments to show your support. Thanks for watching.